Hello, everyone. All right, let's do this. So 524, what if the systems are not in y equals mx plus b form? Strategies for solving systems. You have been introduced to systems of linear equations that are used to represent various situations. You have used the equal values method, that's what we just talked about in class today, to solve systems algebraically. Just as in linear equations, you found that sometimes there are no solutions or an infinite number of solutions. Today you will discover how this same situation occurs for systems of equations. So some unique situations here that we're going to address, okay? Now we're only going to tackle one problem in this video. The rest is going to happen tomorrow in class, okay? Problem 552. So write this down, problem 552. Sarah has agreed to help with her younger sister's science fair experiment. Her sister planted a string bean in 2 pots. She's using a different fertilizer in each pot to see which one will grow the tallest plant. Currently, the plant A is 4 inches tall and grows 2/3 of an inch per day, while plant B is 9 inches tall and grows 1/2 of an inch per day. If the plants continue growing at these rates, in how many days will the 2 plants be the same height? Which plant will be tallest in 6 weeks? Write a system of equations and solve. Okay, so we've got some different things we're going to address here, okay? We've got a lot to tackle, all right? So to write a system of equations, we of course have to have equations. And there are 2 plants. So we have plant A and we have plant B, okay? And so we've got to get some data for plant A or for plant B. All right, so what I want you to do is I want you to try, look at plant A. Plant A is 4 inches tall and grows 2/3 of an inch per day. 4 inches tall and grows 2/3 of an inch per day. Let's go ahead and do plant A together. And then you're going to do plant B on your own. Plant A. Now, of course, I'm writing an equation, and all the work we've been doing here has been linear equations. And as you notice, it's growing by a constant amount every day, right? So this is going to be a linear situation. So I'm going to follow the form of y equals mx plus b. Okay, remember y equals mx plus b, where m is your growth and b is your starting value. Okay, b is your starting value. So let's look at it. What is m? Our growth. Our growth would be 2/3. So 2/3 x plus my starting value, which in this case is 4. All right, so now I want you to please go ahead and write the equation for plant B. When you're done, unpause the video and let's see if you got it right. Okay, so plant B, if you look carefully at plant B right here, it is 9 inches tall and grows 1/2 an inch per day. So the equation should be y equals 1/2 x plus 9. Okay, so there are my 2 equations. It's really important that you feel comfortable with that, okay? If the 2 plants continue growing at these rates, in how many days will the 2 plants be the same height? Now, here's the thing. This value here, these values here imply the height of the plant. And we use these equations to find the height. Now, again, as we kind of talked about in class today, if we're saying that we're looking for when they'll both be the same height, that means we're looking for when y will be the same for both of them. Now, if that y is the same for both of them, that means we're looking for when this equation equals this equation. And so that is what we do. We write it out. 2/3 x plus 4 equals 1/2 x plus 9. We're looking for when those 2 equations will be equal to each other, when they'll be the same. Okay? Now, we see this problem here and we're like, oh man, okay, how am I supposed to solve this? Well, actually, it's got fractions, right? That's the only reason you're freaked out by this. Otherwise, you'd know exactly how to solve this problem. So why not get rid of the fraction? So let's get rid of it. What do I have to multiply everything by? Remember fraction busters? We look for the common denominator. So in this case, we've got 3 and a 2, so the common denominator is 6. So we multiply everything by 6. So 12 over 3x plus, make sure you get everything, plus 24 equals 6 plus times 1/2, x would be 6 divided by 2x, and 6 times 54 would be, or 6 times 9 would be 54, okay? I don't know why I'm doing this. I should have you solve it. So go ahead and pause the video, solve this, finish solving it, and then when you're done, unpause it, and we'll see if you got it right. Okay, I really do hope you paused this. Some of you did not. Please pause the video and please try this problem, okay? It really is important that you try these things because then you know what you know and don't know, okay? Hopefully you got this right. Okay, well, here we go. Let's do it together here. 12 divided by 3 would be 4x plus 24 equals 3x plus 54. I'm going to subtract 3x from over here and 3x over here, and I get x plus 24 equals 54, and subtract 24 from both sides, and x equals 30, okay? So that tells me, hey, x is the amount of days, okay? X is the amount of days, so in 30 days, they'll be the same height. However, please be aware, I am not finished. System of equations does require a little bit more information because we're looking also for what height they'll be at that point, okay? And I know it doesn't flat out say, it just says, in how many, look up here, in how many days will the two plants be the same height? It doesn't say it, but it is implied. And whenever we do this, that's what I want you to do. So we're gonna plug in 30 into one of these equations. Now, if you stop and think for a second, you might find one that's a little easier than the others. I think probably the second equation is a little easier. So y equals 1/2 times 30 plus 9. So 1/2 of 30 is 15 plus 9, so y equals 24. So then I need to, last thing, I need to write a concluding statement. I always want to finalize my plans or finalize my findings in a sentence that tells me what's going on. At 30 days, both plants will be 24 inches tall. See how I kind of bring that up? So 30 days, at 30 days, both plants will be 24 inches tall. And that is what I'm looking for as a final answer, okay? Which plant will be the tallest in 6 weeks? And you're like, how am I supposed to know that? Okay, well, the next thing I need to do, because we're not done here, okay, the second question, which plant will be tallest in 6 weeks? How could I find that out? Well, what I'd have to do then is I would have to go ahead and, what? What do you think? I would go ahead and have to plug them into the equation and actually compare and see what I get. So I'd have to check to see if I get the same answer from, or which one is taller when I do this, okay? So that is what we're gonna do. We're gonna plug in 6 to both equations, okay? So are you done with all this? Because I need to erase, I'm out of room here. If always, you can come, if not, you can always come back and pause, rewind the video and get the information from there, okay? So this should give me enough room here. So we're looking for when the plants will be tallest in 6 days. So I go y equals 2/3 times 6 plus 4, and y equals 1/2 times 6 plus 9, and let's find out which is bigger. So do it, unpause, and then compare. All right, hopefully you solve both of these on your own. Okay, I'm really counting on you to do that, okay? So 2/3 times 6 should be 12, because I multiply the top numbers here. 2 times 6 is 12, divided by 3, plus 4. 12 divided by 3 is 4, so 4 plus 4. So in 6 days, the first plant will be 8 inches tall. Let's find out the second one. In the second one, 1/2 times 6 is 3. Because I do, I'm sorry, let's go ahead and do the whole thing here. 6 times 1 would be 6, divided by 2, plus 9. Y equals 3 plus 9, y equals 12. So plant B will be tallest in 6 days. In 6 days, plant B will be the tallest one. And it makes sense because we're starting with more, and so we're starting with 9 inches tall versus 4 inches tall. Okay, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today. We are going to finish this lesson tomorrow, so please make sure you get all that done. Please make sure you get your review preview and all those pictures turned in from yesterday's lesson or from this morning's lesson, okay? All right, have a good day.